What's up, everybody? We're here still at San Diego Comic-Con, and I am with Brian at the Bandai Namco booth to talk about some of their awesome figures, exclusives, toys, all sorts of really cool stuff. So Brian, why don't you tell us a little bit about you and what we have going on here this year?
Yeah, so I'm the marketing administrator for our Bandai Namco, and this year it's kind of different than how we normally are. So normally, we got a very big presence. I mean, we're still pretty big, but as far as booths go, we're condensed down. So 6 total booths.
That's a 6. That's a pretty that's big for Comic-Con.
Right.
Yeah,
it's big for Comic-Con, but normally we include a lot of our other smaller brands. So last time it was significantly larger. So this year we're focusing a lot more on collaboration, which is actually really exciting. So aside from our standard Tamashii Nations booth, we're collaborating with Ultraman, Godzilla, even Demon Slayer down to Aniplex.
Okay.
So we're doing a lot of these collaborative booths this year. So that's super exciting to see, especially you would never picture Tamagotchi and Godzilla all together in a single booth. Yet here they are,
they're
right
there.
Over here. So.
Yeah, I think that's. Has there ever been or plans for a Tamagotchi Godzilla collab?
I mean, so funny you say that. I'm gonna parrot the words of Tara, who ran the Tamagotchi booth, but this became her catchphrase, never say never.
Yeah. Okay.
Along the lines I would be excited for a Godzilla. You have all these old Godzilla shows where it had the baby Godzilla as a character. So the idea of oh yeah, I get to raise my own kaiju. I'm super down with that.
I think that would be sick.
Yeah.
So exclusive maybe.
Maybe. I mean Tamagotchi's got some exciting exclusives this year right now. So Tamagotchi's got their time travel exclusive that features an old retro style look to it. They also have a 50th anniversary celebration for Hello Kitty. So that has a really nice ornate box to it, and the Tamagotchi itself is this very smooth and clean white. So
okay. Real a real premium product.
Yeah, very premium as far as how it looks. So if you're looking for a gift, the Hello Kitty one's the way to go.
Okay, yeah, hell yeah. And of course there's the Dragon Ball Z stuff,
Yes.
Which is going nuts downstairs. People are lining up at 8 a.m. ready to come in. So tell us about some of those and the SDCC exclusives.
Yeah, so we actually have a very big Dragon Ball activation. If you haven't seen it, it's down by the San Marino, right behind the Marriott.
Oh,
so
I haven't seen that.
Yeah, so there's a giant Dragon Ball activation, and that's partially us. So it's a collaboration between us, Toei, as well as Bandai Namco Entertainment. So if you want to check out the new Dragon Ball Sparking game, you can check that out there. Okay. But for San Diego exclusives, we got 3 Dragon Ball figures. We have Goku, Jiren, and Trunks. So the Goku is a very exciting one that people are all hyped up for, and that's because if you haven't seen the old animations, Dragon Ball Z, the opening, that Goku is very much based off of the opening for that series.
Okay, so that's where it comes from.
Yeah, so he comes with a Nimbus, he comes with Gohan, and the nice thing about the Gohan is there are 2 different ways to pose him. You can have him pose with Goku on his shoulder like he does in the show, or even Goku sitting down where he's popping up underneath his arm.
Okay, so you can choose what to put it in.
Yeah, you can choose how to put it in too.
Yeah, and I've got a funny story to share with you. So one of our podcast hosts, Logan from Dynamic Resolution, he texted me and said, "Hey, I just got a raise at work. Can you pick me up the Goku figure?"
Oh man, dudes. Well, if you guys are interested in picking it up, so the way that it works is it's a ticketed system, so you have to get a reservation ticket. The reservation tickets open at 8 a.m. at the San Marino in the Dragon Ball activation. So you go over there first, check out the entire booth, get your ticket, and then you come on back at a specific time, whatever is listed on the ticket. But for Logan, since he's not here, and you might not have gotten the ticket.
Oh, I didn't know there was a ticketing system. So my friend had a ticket, and we went up, and I said, "Oh, darn, I need a ticket." And then a stranger comes up and says, "Hey, I have an extra one. You can have it."
Nice. That's awesome.
So Logan, we got your figure. Yeah, it'll be in the mail.
For the people who are here at SDCC and they weren't able to get a chance, there's actually a small reserve stock available to purchase for people without tickets.
Good.
And you can actually do that at 5 o'clock every night like right before, like a few hours before the show ends.
Okay.
So it's an opportunity.
So if they're here and then 5 o'clock, that's where the stampede hits and everything.
That's where the stampede hits. That's where everyone's like, I got to get my Dragon Ball figures. I didn't get a ticket. This is my chance. Aside from that, though, Tamashi Nations is including like 2 additional event exclusives. That's going to be one for Naruto and one for Godzilla. Those don't actually require reservation tickets, so you can just drop by the booth at any time.
Very nice.
Yeah. So for Naruto, it's going to be Kakashi. That's going to be based off of the Naruto Top 99. So that's basically Naruto's fan polling of who's your favorite character and things like that. So they have like unique artwork, and all of these figures are based off of that specific artwork. So like Kakashi will have like extra accessories included with it. You can get that at booth 3329, and the Godzilla you can also get at 3329, but you can also get him at the Godzilla booth, which if you give me a moment.
Oh yeah, take your time. Yeah, there's if you haven't been to San Diego Comic-Con, last year was a little bit mellow, but this year it is absolute chaos.
Yeah.
So I'm checking my phone. I accidentally double booked myself. So
Yeah, so that'll be at 3345 for Godzilla and for the Tamagotchi exclusives.
Gotcha. And they're all just kind of right here, right?
Yeah, they're fortunately for us, like everything is all together, with the exception of, say, I believe like the Dragon Ball booth, as well as like we're actually also doing Demon Slayer. So if you guys are a big fan of anime, like I believe there's also a meet and greet for that, where you can meet like the small like Chibi, Tanjiro, Inosuke, and Zenitsu, and that's going to be like further down that way.
Okay, yeah, down the 3600 area.
Yeah,
okay.
3600 area. So that booth number, I actually have that as well. So that booth number specifically.
You need to get them tattooed on your arm.
I know,
every year.
I know. So actually, it's not on here. It's close enough.
Yeah.
But we also have a Gundam booth. I forgot to mention that.
Oh, okay.
Gundam's actually really cool. So have you heard the news about the new Netflix series that's coming out?
No. All right, tell me.
So Gundam, Netflix is releasing a new Gundam series called Gundam Requiem for Vengeance. And that's going to be along the same timeline as the original Gundam series.
Like Mobile Suit Gundam from like the 70s?
Yeah, so you know, you're dealing with Zeon and everything like that. So the official release date for that was just announced at the panel, I believe, yesterday, and that's going to be October 17th. But
hell yeah.
Yeah, so that's coming out soon. But our booth this year, if you haven't had the chance to check it out, it's fully themed for Gundam Requiem for Vengeance. So like the entire like booth itself is super cool. It's like a little quarantine zone, so like people are lining up. You got like stop, personnel only, or like exit through here, or like escape through here, kind of thing. So like everything's all like fenced off, like you're about to like in a war zone, literally.
Very
so
cool.
That's super cool.
Yeah, I'll have to check that out. Now, question like a little bit about like the statues and the figures.
Mm-hmm.
What's the timeline from inception to like actually casting and putting them in the box?
Oh, that's a rough question. So development for toys is always very interesting. It really depends on, you know, approvals and things like that. There's a lot of background information that we don't necessarily get a chance to see at. So it usually takes a good while, especially for like things from like Tamashi Nations. They tend to take a while because they want to make sure like everything is in a good quality, and you know, a lot of it's all custom design and things like that, even though it's all based off of separate IPs. So it can take anywhere from like a good while. Like I believe like the use like for Yu Yu Hakusho, the Yusuke, like between like the announcement that we teased versus like what we got, it took like half a year, maybe to even a year. So
damn.
It takes a good while just because they want to make sure that everything is like great. And sometimes like it's even wilder because like, you know, they have like specific people, you know, sculpting these figures. It's not even like, oh, we're doing it like a 3D printed design. No, like sometimes they're like, for Godzilla, we're like, oh, we're going to do an entire like custom sculpt.
Yeah.
And that's what.
Yeah, and everyone you got to do that by hand and everything, right? So it's not like, you know, 4 weeks ago an idea popped up. This is like real planned and calculated.
Yeah, everything typically takes a while, and that's, you know, that's great. That's how you get like some great, like fantastic details on some of these figures. So
yeah, and they're always gorgeous. The stuff that y'all put out. Do you have a star of show, like one that is like your absolute favorite?
Ooh, my absolute favorite. Ooh, that is. You know, I've done a lot of collecting, so I can't really say, but if it's an upcoming one, like, I'm a big Yu-Gi-Oh fan, so, you know, we recently put out Blue Eyes, Red Eyes is coming out, and they look fantastic, but, like, I'm a big GX fan, so when they announced, like, Yu-Gi-Oh! GX and Flame Wingman, like, overlooking, like, all that design, I was like, dude, this looks amazing. And Tamashi's been doing, like, great stuff with, like, some of their photo, like, backdrops, so, like, seeing Flame Wingman on top of, like, the skyscraper, I was like, oh, shoot, I've got to have that.
Very cool, very cool. And, you know, just a last question, personal question I like to ask all the folks that I deal with. Is there a standout memory or story from your career or from going to conventions that you just pops to mind that you love to share, that you could share with the folks here?
I mean, I can share this now. So, you know, I've been with the company about, like, since 2020. So, right when COVID was hitting.
Yeah.
So, but start off from customer service and marketing's been, like, a great avenue, and, you know, you get to meet a lot of great people, but, like, I think the coolest moment was, you know, Ultraman Rising recently came out on Netflix. That's a fantastic movie.
I haven't checked it out yet, but it's on the list.
You have to check it out. It's a great family story. So, like, if you're one of those people, like, gut-wrenching, like, family stories, that's all for you. But when we started doing promotions for it, we recently met Christopher Sean, the voice for Ultraman himself, Ken Sato. And so we got to, he came down to our office, we got to shoot some videos. That was a great experience because part of that, like, you know, playing around with the toys, it was just us nerding out about Ultraman. So that was a highlight. And, like, he was back here recently for SDCC. We even took a picture and video of just doing the Ultraman pose, like, right in front of the Ultraman statue. So that's cool. Say, like, was a great highlight for me as far as, like, having started working here.
Well, that's a touching story. I thank you for sharing it with everybody here. Where can people, if they need to check in and see the list of all the events and everything, where's the best place they should check out while they're here?
So check out at Bandai Collect on Instagram, Facebook, as well as Twitter. You can also check out our TikTok is at Bandai Official, and for YouTube, I believe it's at BNTCA.
Perfect. Perfect. Right on. Well, thank you, Brian.
Thank you, man.
Thank you so much, and we'll see you here all weekend for more San Diego Comic-Con news.
All right, thanks, man.